This reflection is going to be on choosing our words wisely, like we would choose our future, with awareness and not habit. Swamiji says that naming something is to give it form, naming a problem gives it power. So be careful what you accept as true about yourself and about anything that you come across. So here we will discuss about the hidden power of words as Swamiji illustrates in the book, and also my own reflection on the diagnosis that we often give ourselves. And I said give ourselves because that particular diagnosis might be far from reality, might be just what we think to be true for ourselves and not what is true. So, when mind is perfectly still, silent, and free from thought, there's no name, no form, no identity. But the moment a thought arises, it takes on a shape, it forms an image, and simultaneously, it acquires a name. It's not accidental, of course. Name, form, thought, these are inseparable, he says. Wherever there's one, the others are present. A thought is never just an abstract impulse, it carries with it a specific shape, that is a form, and a corresponding word, which is a name. So these three, name, form, and thought, are simply different expressions of a single movement of consciousness. In yogic psychology, it is energetic reality. For example, a spiritual thought might be perceived in subtle visions as yellow. Anger and hatred, they generate a dense red vibration. Selfishness creates a muddy brown. And these are not just metaphors, these are qualities of mind that can be felt, even seen, by those who are sensitive to subtle energies. And this understanding is also why many indigenous and shamanic cultures refuse to name certain illnesses. Although this is not mentioned in the book, but shamanic cultures are very dear to me, and there are a lot of indigenous beliefs which have helped me during my own journey. So, to name something is to give it energy. To call something by name is to pull it from the formless into form, to solidify it. Once a word is spoken with belief, it can begin to shape reality. And this is something that modern science is beginning to catch up with. In psychology, there's this well known concept, as you must be aware, of self fulfilling prophecy. If a person believes something strongly, especially about themselves, they begin to unconsciously behave in ways that make it true. The body listens, the nervous system starts adapting, the immune system adjusts, and the identity absorbs the belief and aligns reality to match it. So, let me give you a real world example. When someone receives a diagnosis, it isn't just a medical label, it becomes a psychological identity. This shift, although subtle at first, changes their posture, thought patterns, decisions, and even how the body heals. I know this personally. I've lived under this label for years, and this is not a suggestion for anybody who is going through depression. Always consult a doctor, always do what is best for you, and I trust your discernment and discretion while listening to all this. So, this is not about magical thinking, it's about energetic reality. Words carrying vibration, labels carrying weight. And in many healing traditions, illness is not just a biological malfunction, it's a story, a misalignment, or a disharmony, dissonance in the spirit. And stories can be rewritten. But when we fix an illness with a name, we risk making it static, frozen in identity. What is fixed is harder to change, always. A diagnosis then is not always healing. It's good to know what you are suffering from, just in case. not only medically, but also spiritually, physically, emotionally, in every way whatsoever. Sometimes it functions more like a curse, reminding yourself over and over again that you have a certain problem, a disease, or anything. It becomes like a phrase that's spoken by an authority figure, accepted by the patient, and repeated inwardly and believed into reality. It becomes a curse. Just like ancient curses, its power comes not from the words alone, but from the belief and repetition. So be mindful of the words that you allow into your inner world. Not everything spoken about you is true. Not everything or every label needs to be accepted. Not every story is yours to carry, and not every condition needs a name. Healing is not about medicine, it's more about perception. It's not just about fixing the body, but about freeing the mind. So be careful. Be careful of what you believe to be true, especially about yourself, because what you believe is what you become.